the discussion segment this morning right here on ABS television, where we are on the second part of the discussion segment this morning. We'll be looking at the development in Anambra State. It's no longer news. This weekend, the 8th of November, Saturday, we're actually looking to either keep the sheriff in town or get a new sheriff in town. Of course, the sheriff in town is really very confident, although not complacent. From his statement during the media round last night, he seemed to be very confident about the outcome of the election. In fact, saying that he actually does have watering down the impact of his opponents, saying he may have opponents, but he actually does not have anyone to meet up with him in terms of capacity and all that. So probably these are the major things we'll be discussing on this second part of the discussion segment right here on the Good Morning Anambra on ABS television, where I have with me currently Obinna J. Wankwo, also known as Obinna Orumba, who is the Senior Special Advisor to Governor Soludo on media. We also have Augustine Nonyelum Onyemobi, who is the immediate past transition chairman, Don Kofia Local Government and SPAD on general matters to Don Kofia Local Government Mayor. He's also the coordinator. All coordinators, Anambra Deserves Soludo, also known as ADS, this morning. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning in the studio. All right, let's begin to look at the, the development, talking about elections coming up this weekend, Saturday, November 8th. There seem to be a lot of development, a lot of deployment. Well, if you actually make observations, you see there seem to be the security operatives moving into the states in the past couple of weeks. There seem to be campaigns going on, particularly powered by the party in charge now. I'm talking about the All Progressive Grand Alliance. And then you also see other political parties campaigning strategically via social media and also via makings of billboards and other means available to them. You also see a whole lot of things very much connected to the elections and all that. So looking at the topic, going for the best coming Saturday, what are your takes on that?
All right. Thank you very much. Going for the best, I think it is a perfect, theme for the entire electioneering campaign process, because Anambra wants the best.
Yeah.
We are an A state, both by in alphabet and in capacity.
No.
We are a state, so we deserve nothing but the best. Like when Mr. Governor was speaking yesterday night, he said, Anambra is not a minimalist state, meaning that we don't put emotions when we go for the best. So, and the Anambra has actually been showing that they really want the best, because if you see the way things are panning out currently in the field, you find out that there is a narrative that is showing that the people have decided to go for the best, because we find out people are the sponsors of Mr. Governor's election, which has never happened anywhere in Nigeria for the first time. Where people begin to donate money, towns call, local governments call to donate money and say, we are appreciating you with this sum. Then use it for your campaign, use it for your elections. you know, Ibuku called Obosi, Oko, everywhere, Oboji, all of them, people, all local governments that have been adopting. So you see that actually people have, firstly, identified the best and decided to, on their own, go for it. You know, because if we are, the topic says going for the best, not looking for the best. It's an action, it is a doing word, whereby people have decided to now organize themselves and say, we want Mr. Governor. And if you find out, like he says, he has opponents, but he does not have opposition. Because
thank you. I was trying to get that word. He has opponents, but not.
Some say that's quite, I wouldn't want to say ambiguous, but that's a lot of words to actually use during this time, saying he actually does have opponents, but not opposition. Don't you think it's too much?
Okay, as in the usage of the word.
Of that term.
What we need to think about is that word a fact? Because when you meet Mr. Governor, he told us that he's not a politician in the sense that every other leader has actually come into this country. As in those leading before now, we see where all of us have categorized politicians. You don't say what you mean. But with Mr. Governor, you see honesty. He speaks with his confidence and conviction. He is a professor in town and in gang. He has taught a lot of theories in the class. Having done that, he now sees opportunity to serve. Coming to a political office and a public service, Mr. Governor is showing us that everything taught us in the class is real. It can be translated to actions. It can be translated to something real, something movable, something doable, not just a theory, just fabricated. Just like the trend now that is telling you education is a scam. You must have heard that. But we see a professor who have come into leadership and it's shown us that actually education is not a scam. And that is why basic qualification or basic entry qualification into leadership deserve somebody who has the basic literacy, who has basic calculative, cognitive ability, with somebody who will also communicate, who will pass a message, and also who will do the work. So,
talking about basic education,
yes.
When we look at the criteria being given by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, stating that one who even has something that is similar to a certificate of
just
bring
what you have.
Yeah,
but
so
we are Anambra. The Anambra of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe.
That's very
the
good.
Anambra
if someone who's
now
because
we are talking about somebody who presented a certificate that has English F9.
Excuse me, please. It's not.
Mathematics F9.
I agree with you. I can
also tell you. In fact, there is a post I'm preparing to post on Facebook this morning. If I'm leaving here, I will post it. I am reminding our people that West African Examination Council, do you understand? You see, when they started as early as 60s, okay? But SSCE, May, June, as we are having it now, started 1988. Then you took the same type of exam in 1986, and you said it's GCE, May, June. So time, in fact, thank God for Soludo, who has come to tell us the truth. Everything that we need that is truth. That is, in fact, dude, the Oga, Soludo is not campaigning. He is a moral evangelist.
This is, I wanted to ask him a question. When we were looking for admission, seeking for admission in universities,
okay,
you'll find out that JAMB cutoff mark will be 160.
Yes.
Then UNN will come and tell you that they are cutting 220. Anambra is like UNN among
The states.
you understand? So they can't do it in the school, and you still want Anambra to accept the basic. We are not a minimalist state. So if schools have even in heaven, there is a standard, but there are
you hear about angels, and they hear about archangels.
Archangels, we have angels. There is also hierarchy.
Categorization.
Anambra State is not a minimalist state.
It's not a minimalist state.
That is the word.
All right, let's look at although I would have loved people from other, probably representatives from other political parties, but let's look at.
It's very important. Yeah, let them come and tell us.
Yes, let's look at let's look at people from other political parties. Let's look at the Labour Party, George Moghalu, how he's moved recently. Let's also look at the man from I'm trying to remember that political party, the Blue Party, the Rising with the Nigger Man. And also, let's also look at the APC.
You mean the YPP?
No, not the YPP. But of course, YPP too, moving strong. Let's also look at the APC too, Okachukwu, and also Ekunife. These are really very, amidst yesterday, the governor said he's not attacking their person, but however, you pointed out the certificate issue, where the governor seemed to really show, serious concern to also defending his, because questions were asked about his own certification and all that.
Yes.
So he was very able to, defend his and, questioned that of the candidate of the APC.
Opposition.
And also other political parties. Of course, your principal, Governor Soludo, has said he does not have any opposition, probably opponent persons is going to,
okay, let me take
also,
it from.
However, he's not being complacent.
Yes,
he's working hard.
He has already said that.
Let's discuss that with the.
Okay,
yes. So please,
okay. If I understand the question you asked, you are talking about Mr. Governor in summary.
Not just Mr. Governor, but let's look at other.
His opponent.
Okay, his opponent. For me, yes.
Or his opposition.
No, not his opponent. Let's look at his opponent.
Okay.
So let's start from the APC,
okay,
which he just talked a little bit about. You find out, one, by history, or political history, since 2003, the person that is contesting in APC has been contesting elections in Anambra State without winning even a councillorship position. So the land of Anambra State does not accept him ab initio.
No, you can't say that because Governor Soludo ran on other platforms.
No,
in fact,
Governor Soludo only ran in PDP.
He ran under the PDP. He also, made a couple of. That's what I'm saying. So, probably the fact that he failed,
this man has been running and running and running. He has never stopped.
He can keep trying.
So now, no problem. But the land has Governor Tumacha Soludo came and ran, and he did not make it. The second one, he got it. It is still in the range of acceptability.
Yes.
But not when.
By that 2010, he also ran. You see that he actually came close.
You do not think. No, it's not about that. You do not think the APGA platform gave him.
We also gave him ticket for Senate, and APGA, almighty APGA in Anambra, gave him ticket for Senate. He came forth. That is a fact.
Distant
forth. Now look at when it comes to Okachukwu. Forget about Okachukwu. Then I'm talking about political history. Then morality. Will you hand over your state to a debtor, an established debtor with video evidence everywhere?
Probably because he's a businessman and
has he actually come up to defend all these things?
Once you're a business person, sometimes you incur certain amount of debt.
Good. He has been incurring debt. He has been failing in elections. Now, what reasons, what defense do you have for him again for having all his companies not running again? When he speaks, he tells you.
But he says he has factories.
Which factory? Where?
When he was asked about baby factory.
He said I was the highest employer there, but which company? The only thing I know he has now is about Radisson Hotel that they have with him. He's a partner, not even the major person. See, all the companies who Kachuku
probably having partners.
See, he is the one. How can you have error in management of company, failure in management of company, failure in education, failure in fulfillment of debt, that is a repayment of debt? You still come and have failure, and even in political history, even the four winds of the earth does not accept you. Then you came to.
I think his experience, because you're somebody who may have experienced this level of failure in this aspect that you.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln.
Talking about in politics, in business and all that. I don't think the lessons he's learned from this field, he's likely going to bring it to governance and get things running properly.
He will bring this.
Not just experience, but probably no. It's not. That's I'm not in. I'm not. Probably. I'm just trying to bring some things to life.
Yes.
So you do not see that probably he's learned some lessons too from this development. Also looking at the fact that he's looking to his running mate is also a woman who showed credibility over the years. Talking about Dr. Ikunife and all that.
You see, you used the word doctor.
Doctor.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Continue.
So this is
of course not a medical doctor.
A PhD.
See, they say if you learn something, it's a learned behavior. Then it goes to habit. It goes to attitude. It goes to character.
Character and learning.
Failure has become the culture and character of Okachuku. That we need to, in fact, as a matter of fact, if I were him, I wouldn't be contesting. And he went again to use a party that he did not build. So he is being fought by in the Anambra, fought by himself, and fought by the original owners of the party because he was not in APC. He came and hijacked it all because they bully about village.
All right, let's move away from the
then,
APC.
okay.
Let's look at other political parties. Talking about Labour Party, George Mogalo. Of course, you can't say this man is a failure. He's shown capacity too, and also others. I think the AAC very recently showed presenting a woman. Trying to remember her name. I think. Sorry, but I can't remember her name too.
Thank God you do not remember her name. That is a sign.
No, it's not a sign. Don't get me wrong. Probably, I think because I didn't put down the name, it's a failure.
For me, I can only remember about 4 names.
So let's look at
the fashion parade candidate.
No, not the fashion parade. Don't say that. She's
a candidate.
A political party.
AAC.
Yes, talking about AAC. Yes.
Okay.
So looking at this candidate, don't you think the governor should be worried?
No, when you look at our governor, he said we are major actors, but he is also contesting as an underdog. Do you understand?
All right.
So he's not leaving any stone unturned. Do you understand? Okay, I just received an update. Moralo on the brink of withdrawal. The more we are trying to push.
Probably on the media space, we see people.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you something now. As in, you already said that somebody of a good character. I have not gotten anything to say against him character-wise. Okay? But this is coming out. Is also pointing. Is a red trafficator pointing to somewhere, to somebody's character too. Because this is Anambra, and everybody that comes in, we legally seek for second term.
Right.
And conventionally, we have had what we are now using as a template from the Anambra. Anybody that is contesting from Anambra South to unseat his own brother is not telling us one truth.
No, probably.
He has used the word that he will do one term, right? And remember what he said at the introduction. There is something, the key word there means that other political parties are campaigning on social media. That is my understanding of your introductory remarks.
So you do not think...
And you say, and with the, maybe what is available for them. So, all you've seen, you are living in Anambra, you are in this Anambra, all you've seen is APGA.
Probably because
when we are thinking about...
Probably because the government in power really made it, I won't say difficult, but actually, of course, when you're the one in power, you have to make use of your advantages to probably make things difficult for your opponent.
Okay. PDP was the government in power as at their beginning. They even boasted that they are going to rule Nigeria for 50 years, right? How many years did the PDP rule? So, and this is the APGA accepted by our people. APGA is a movement, is a family thing. It's something that the Anambra and every nation or state should embrace. APGA is accepted down here. One, APGA have not failed in their campaign promises. Span backwards how we are fed. Do you understand? So if any political party is coming up to overtake APGA, they should be telling us what APGA is not doing right, that they tend to do different, how they are going to change for better. But all these people have not, even as in they have no manifesto.
But they've been dropping manifestos, actually.
How? This man they are trying to contest against, before coming, has the People's Manifesto, well written, documented. It is a public something. Do you understand? And when he won the election, he also constituted a transition committee that gave him another document. Now, he also have a committee he headed before becoming a governor, Division 2070 of Anambra State, the developmental plan for Anambra State for 50 years. So these are the 3 documents. And nobody is actually telling us from these things we are having. Are you telling us that you are going to dispatch APGA and they come up with maybe like APC, you are using the template? Which template are you using? Or AAC, are you going for modeling, passion parade?
No, you don't. You do not think that, oh, this girl saying is a passion parade, but
okay. In character-wise, do you know about the lady?
Let's look at voter apathy. It's of course, Governor Soludo also did say something about that during the media round yesterday with some media personalities. Let's look at voter apathy. Of course, INEC has come out to say that there seem to be about 200,000 more persons added to the voter register in Anambra State, from about 2.1 million to about, I think, 2.6 now or thereabout. However, in recent times, we've seen, not considering the fact that, some persons may have also left, talking about some persons may have died and all that, but we've seen the fact that in recent times, amidst the fact of, millions being reported to be part of the voter registrations, or rather voter data and all that, low turnout. Questions about if the vote will really count. I remember in the last governorship election, we saw people who were discouraging people, saying, "Oh, don't worry, something is already going to happen. Elections, or rather, votes are already going to be written," and a whole lot of development about that. So are we likely to see voter apathy this time, or we are likely going to see people coming out en masse this time to participate in the election?
Okay. For me, there is voter apathy in Anambra State, and it is worrisome. But I can tell you there are a lot of factors that contribute to it. One of the factors is a loss of confidence in leadership.
What leadership?
Both the governors, presidents, House of Reps members, all the elected positions, all of them are leaders at their various levels. Now, loss of confidence in them does that. Again, I found out that the Anambra man usually think he's more interested in his business than contributing to, socio-political issues. But that is what Mr. Governor has been trying to reverse. One of the ways he has tried to reverse this is the restoration of confidence in leadership. Check. The last governorship election was a little bit over 100,000 voters that is scored across the 3 senatorial zones of Anambra State. Now, the last time, only Anambra South got up to 90-something thousand to elect the senator. Now, by hypothetical calculation, you'll be thinking it is 90 times 3 across, which is 270,000. Now, it has doubled the one we got in the last election, which means there is improvement. But this improvement, we are not okay with it again. That is why Mr. Governor, when he was going around, he used to say, party, anybody who is able to mobilize this man, I am going to motivate you by giving you incentive. This is an intentional, it's a conscious effort to motivate people to come out and vote, because now there is confidence coming back in governance. And a lot of things, it is not only infrastructure that Mr. Governor has been doing, it's not only education, it's not only health, but there is this social agenda trying to instill good values in us, even through this is the chairman, he knows how they operate as chairman. In fact, he says, follow your leader stuff. Now, Mr. Governor is doing it. Apart from restoring confidence with what he is doing, Mr. Governor is also doing it as a government agenda. That's why when he goes, he said, and like people say, it's vote buying. It is not vote buying, because he is still the governor of Anambra State. If you think he should not execute some other things, some other policies when he's campaigning, then you should not ask him questions why he is not looking at the construction of roads during campaign period. Because he's still the governor. He has his programs going. And some of the program is political reawakening, political awareness campaign. That is what he's also doing. So we expect that Mr. Anambra State is going to have at least, I am looking at above 200, 250,000. This time, if you cannot walk, you run. If you cannot run, if you cannot fly, you run. If you cannot fly, you walk. If you cannot even walk, you crawl. You continue making progress.
Whatever, movement.
Anambra State is on the upward trajectory. When it comes to this voter apathy, something I am expecting, and I want to be quoted after the election when the result comes. I'm expecting from 200 to 50 in this one, which is a significant improvement.
200 to 50 out of almost 2 million voters.
The issue is that some of the people who even registered it have left to Lagos, some to Kano.
May have moved.
They have moved in the simplest term. They have moved. You understand? So that consciousness, when it comes back, you will see the Anambra man who is in Ogu, who is in Oju River, saying it is not far. I can come back and vote, because that reawakening is there already. So we are not expecting the instant healing of voter apathy, but we are already seeing improvement under Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo.
All right, let's look at, I wouldn't want to talk about security now, but let's look at the new man in town, talking about the man in charge of the, what would I call it, INEC.
Okay.
Electoral House.
Yes.
Dr. Josh.
Yeah, Dr. Josh.
A senior advocate of Nigeria. Of course, Governor Soludo was really very, he tried to be very confident about his appointments, from his media around last night. He tried to be very confident. He tried to show no worry about his
ability to conduct free and fair and credible election.
In Anambra State. So, do you agree with Governor Soludo that Josh Amopiton, of course, he may be, I won't say under pressure, but of course
course, everyone is basically expecting him to, or rather, everyone
to do a good job.
Not probably expecting him to do a good job. Everyone is actually watching him to see how he's going to conduct the election in Anambra. So, of course, this is going to be a litmus test for him. So, do you think his appointment, him being in charge now, is going to affect, or rather, what influence do you think his appointment, him being in charge, is going to bring to this election?
Okay, for me, let me project. In fact, if I would have wanted to do something, I said, let me remove APGA regalia while I say this, so that I know I'm saying it as Obinna, as a political analyst. If you are a political analyst, you can be sure that this election is going to be free and fair. Why? Because this man is coming new, and there is the presidential election waiting for him. So he must use this one to instill confidence in the Nigeria that he is going to do a job. Like you said already, it is a litmus test. Now, coming as APGA person and somebody who is close, who is working with this administration. Now, I can tell you that there is a reason it will be free and fair. Because APGA is not an opposition to the federal government. We might be opponents, nomenclature-wise, but we are not opposition.
Because you're progressives,
and we are working together. Now, it is a culture in Anambra.
So are you trying to say the APGA is probably strategically lobbying the government at the center?
It has been the culture of Anambra politics.
To lobby.
No, to work with the government at the center.
To work with the center.
All of them.
So is it really necessary to work with the center?
It is very important. Is a necessity.
Is it a necessity to winning elections, or?
It is.
Okay, it is necessary.
Very
very important. That I cannot be a local government chairman and be working against the governor. It has very simple. Even if I'm coming from another political party.
The enormity of the power of the president of this country. You know that he might not rig your election, but he can even cause you to lose your election.
All right, let's not delve into that further. Let's look at the security apparatus. Lots of money is being spent on the security apparatus. In fact, also, I would also want to link back to the INEC, where Governor Soludo said he's looking at mobilizing the INEC to conduct, mobilizing the INEC, highlight again, mobilizing the INEC to conduct proper elections in the state. So is that not, shouldn't that statement be of great concern?
Okay.
You know, a sitting governor saying he is going to mobilize the INEC to conduct proper elections in the state.
Yeah.
It be
okay.
A statement that should
Is a governor of a state, and you know, the INEC is coming to his state. He has a duty as a government. That is one. Now, he sees this to be maybe by at the end of campaigns, he becomes the candidate going into election. Do you understand? So, as a governor, holding everything that is
you think it will not be advantageous to him?
No, whatever it is. But let us fix that fact. You give it to Soludo when it comes to security. You know, last governor. No.
Since you mentioned security, let's talk about. Of course, he was
the security.
Yes, he was very confident about his talks on, or rather, his efforts on security.
I was part of his government. I am still part of his government.
About how bad it was before he came in.
None of the around 80 local government we do not have.
Trying to generalize, or rather, not trying to, but he also didn't generalize it at a global level, making reference to the United States of America, where we still see shootings in public spaces and all that. So, but let's look at what would you say Governor Soludo has done in that aspect, security?
Good. Like I was coming on to that. security. We know, like, when you talk about voter apathy, is also an enabler, the problem of insecurity. When you talk, like, when we say that campaigns couldn't hold in some local government last time, as in at the time of Soludo's coming, you know, in his own town, there was shooting during the time of his first term. Thank you. A lot of things. And these are the cause of this insecurity is also known to us. By this time, by now, you will be hearing no election in Anambra. But this time around, we are not hearing something of that nature.
No state of emergency.
Thank you. We are telling our people, things may not have gone as it ought to be, or things may not have been done as it ought to be, but there is, as in, it's a far cry for somebody to, as in, discredit this government in the area of security. Well, do you understand? It's a far cry.
There are other facts about the fight against insecurity. I will start by asking, when last did you hear of incessant kidnapping in Anambra State? The weather is calm. The atmosphere is now okay.
Okay, probably you're saying there seems to have been that negotiation.
Not just
negotiation. No, I'm talking about a negotiation between the government and some of these kidnappers.
You cannot negotiate with criminals. They have been decimated. They have been finished. They have been sacked from their camps.
You know that before Soludo, it wasn't the case. The case is, you may think of that type of negotiation, but when Soludo came, he gave them a lifeline. Do you understand? Come out. Madianare Binofia. Do you understand? And when it elapsed, he used the approach. He created a law, an enabling law, homeland security law. The Anambra now owns the security of their individual communities. Government is now helping. Government is now serious. Government have not been this serious in tackling this security. I can tell you that the entire Nnewi South was a no-go area. Ihiala. 8 local governments were being overrun. So there is no negotiation. We are seeing it. We are in Anambra. We are seeing how he has handled the security situation.
Let's also look at the election day security, where reports say at least 45,000 policemen have been deployed to Anambra State, 10,250
staff of the NSCDC, that's the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps, and also marine boats being present.
8, right?
Oh, yes, on the 8th, on the River Niger, and also the IGP ordering banning of vigilantes from PUs, that's polling units, and many other, when I say strides, and many other security efforts are being made by the government, both the federal and the local government, to make sure that people are safe while casting out their vote, especially in red flagged
zones,
local government zones like Ihiala, Orumba North, Agwata, and Idemili North, amongst others. Especially these are places very, we'll say, the southern part of Anambra State and all that. So, you think this is enough to convince people to
It is enough. It is necessary. It is what it is now, but I have a dream that one day, that 1 year, one elections will be conducted without making it look like we are in a war zone.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that. I think I asked that a couple of months ago, where I was asking, because nowadays a lot of things, elections can be done. We've seen people voting online for social or social-cultural activities, probably voting online and all that. So you do not think voting, or rather elections, can be cheaper? Because looking at because bringing the police, deploying about 45,000 policemen to the state, and other security what's it called, apparatus, also training people to man training young persons especially to man the PUs, that's the polling units and all that. Lots of money is being spent. You don't think it has to get to a time like you dreamed, Mr. Obina, that it will get to a point whereby people just with their phones comfortably,
see,
make votes and all that.
You are making a point about it still being costly, because if we can vote without those budgets in security, then it will reduce the cost of election. That is hypothetical. But I can tell you that it will also make elections truly credible.
Truly credible.
You understand? When nobody has any fear, when nobody has any, in fact, even the presence of those security even contributes to this voter apathy we are talking about. Some old women will be saying, because I'm the police. Without knowing that the police is her friend and has come to protect her. Then the issue is that it will actually make those elections very, very cheap. There is something our people used to say. In every situation, some people eat from it. That is why some situations in Nigeria may never be good as fast as we expect them. Because now, there is somebody who will oil his fingers and then puff up his pockets because approval has been made for security to be provided. So, in all these things, when the country, we are driving there. President Tinubu is trying to take us there. He's trying his best. We are driving there. I am praying that when we drive there, people will now see that it will actually help in a lot of ways, both stress-free elections. Americans can just go small, it will contribute to a stress-free election.
Quickly, you're actually behind schedule. Let's look at your last words from Comrade Obina, and then your last words concerning the upcoming elections on Saturday, the 8th of November. Encouraging the Anambra, the average Anambra, to actually vote for the best candidates, whether the person is in the All Progressive Grand Alliance, or in the PDP, or in the APC, or even in the AAC, the party you refer to as the Pigeon Party. So your takes, your final words on that.
Okay, first of all, to the Apga, please, you guys, as you're listening to this program, I have projected that we will pass the 100,000 mark to 250 to 300. Please don't fail me. Make sure you go out there. Use your KK. Bring people out. Let them vote. Esekwana Absoludo have won. After why are we going there? He has won already. He has not won until you cast your own. He will win with your own. So go out there and vote and contribute to the fight against voter apathy in Anambra State. To our opponents, congratulations for helping us elect the best Governor of Anambra State come Saturday, Governor Chukwuemeka Soludo.
Right,
thank you very much.
Your last words.
Okay, ndị be anyị biko anyị ekwugo too much n'oyibo. Anyị na-agwa ndị be anyị, onye ọbụla, ndị igwe, ndị PG, ndị obodo, ka anyị nwee sensitization, ka anyị kọwalụ ndị be anyị mkpa ọ dị. Gọọmenti na-enye anyị ive ọma, and na Anambra anyị enwere reason anyị na-aghara ejipụta na n'ọgụ anyị fụrụ ụzọ maka na gọọmenti chetara anyị niile ya afta tụọ vote dunu kọfịa, anyị niile ya afta tụọ vote.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Augustine Onyemobi, who is the immediate past transition chairman to
Daalụ nwanne m. Thank you.
Matters to do local government mayor, and also Obina J1 also known
known as Obinna Orumba. It's also my name, Obinna.
Okay.
Obinna. Obinnas are working together.
Obinna.
So who is the SSA on media to Governor Soludo? Thank you guys for joining us on this segment of the Good Morning Anambra.
Thank you.
PBS television. Of course, next we'll have the Akoko and other programs following suit. Join us tomorrow on these segments of the Good Morning Anambra. You have a very positive day.
Thank you, the Anambra.